I went away because just in case I want to put this on TikTok. I didn't want it to exceed 10 minutes, but it's like every step. And I remember in my granddaddy's office, he always had this artwork that said footprints in the sand. And I didn't know what it was until I started walking in God's footsteps. That's the way I obey. That's the way I flow. I am a scribe for the Holy Spirit. If I hear something during a message, I'm able to hear messages. Even if people are cussing, I can chew up the meat and spit it out. Spit out the bones that are, the things that are negative or not needed. I can gain an optimistic, positive word out of almost anything. And a lot of people can't do that. That is a gift from God. And I'm just so grateful to be of his lineage. Even if I don't have one red cent, I am a continuation of that legacy. And it is not that I'm being lazy, or I've been applying for jobs. And what happens is it's gate kept because it's just my name. And they can't dare let me get ahead with getting any funds. So that's what it is. My husband's wanting to get back to work. He's, it's not him to not be working. And even with him applying, he just went and checked on one of his applications. So prayerfully, he can get that particular one and they contact him back. Prayerfully, I get the one I interviewed for. So please don't ever think we're not over here doing anything, trying to get established in the workforce. Mine has to align with housing because of what I'm doing, because of my legacy, right? It makes 0 sense for me to go flip burgers or be at a gas station. I know you got to do what you got to do, but the Holy Spirit says otherwise for myself and obviously my husband as well. And in intercessory prayer, to be honest, I was telling somebody else this. He's really the leader, not me. I follow him, and he's always been a great minister in our home. Again, no matter what the background is or what people might think, he's the real leader. When it comes to, it's a diagram that circles the internet where it talks about God as the head and the umbrella, then the husband, then the wife, and then the children. That is the rightful order, right? And exactly that. And it's that. And people wouldn't even know that about him. I'm trying to see if it's anything else. I know with regards to the housing, social justice advocacy, I do that nationally. I'm in some consumer advisory boards that are national, and for advocacy, I'm a part of the collective for 2025 for National Low Income Housing Coalition, right? And I have to produce a project from that. So I got a lot to say from Nashville. You hear me? I have a lot to say. And that's not to demean anybody. I never am a person to diminish any other soul. Now, it's done to me all the time, but yeah, not my character. I'm someone that's very positive on purpose because of my sexual assault and coming up. And I'm very intentionally positive. And I don't want anybody else's anything. It does not belong to me. What's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. Now, what I do try to do, and God's going to work that out too, I'm always trying to be in solidarity with all humans. And if I know something, I don't gatekeep information. And people mistake me a lot. I call myself misunderstood because I communicate different. People think I talk in parables, when really it's not that. I'm actually a person that a part of other consumer advisory boards that work. I am an advisor that translates deep scientific research into layman's terms for the people by my feedback, right? So that's what a consumer advisory board is. I'm the chair of the lived experience cohort and committee. They have been withholding our pay since 2025 of February. It's so disheartening to even say that too, that went down in Black History Month, with myself being the chair of the lived experience cohort, which is formerly known as CAB, for the HUD Continuum of Care Homeless Planning Council, and I was also the chair of the Homeless Planning Council itself then, the first ever with lived experience. There's never been a chair with lived experience that they've went by lived expertise, if you will. I'm specifically lived expertise of homelessness because my family experienced it 4 separate times, and I'd say we experienced it in God's will and way because of this work and what I had to trailblaze through. I had to go through it to know what's working in the system and what's not. I'm also critical time intervention certified as well. So just big shout out to my grandfather, because he had an idea for housing in Springfield. It has a name to it. I'm not going to say the name ever until I get wherever the land is meant to be to create this housing that he wanted to do. So never miss, never forgetting him and all the ones that came before us and went before us. My mom, my bonus dad, never forgetting any of them, grandmother, all these different trailblazers and legends that they were to. My mom and I had where we were trying to flip properties to rent out to people in need. We never got to do that, but that's one Mother's Day. She took me to a conference, and that was her gift. That was the best Mother's Day gift I could ever get from my mama. But on that note, I'm going to end right there before I get emotional. And my tears that are prayers will start to flow. But just deeply honoring my grandfather. Then I always told him his birthday gift was my Asia Patterson. And her birthday was the day after. Matter of fact, his birthday is not the 14th, it's the 13th of September. I gave y'all her birthday, which is the 14th. And she just turned 20 yesterday. So, correction to myself in the first video, September 13th, 1926 is his birthday. Because I told him, baby, my Asia was his birthday present. And when I was carrying her, he said, you just sat there and swallowed a watermelon seed, didn't you? So, it was, I don't know, and God gave me a message about her that I let her know. She's been doing gap year program. This is her 2nd year in it, and she's trailblazing. So she just won an award at her camp. So just blessings. As much money is not the only blessing in life, because we have none and we're still blessed beyond belief. I've never seen a negative energy bill, never. With the and that's not to brag, that's just God taking care of us, and all glory be to God. I'm gonna end on that note. All glory be to God.